Matt Lenihan, Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store, being joined by former two-time world champion Josh Warrington. We're here, Leeds Beckett University. Incredible campus, by the way. I think you're really blessed to be so close to somewhere that has these kind of facilities. Just done a bit of S&C. You're looking in really good shape building up to this fight. One of the reasons we're catching up, obviously, sort of just slowly coming out now about this fight with Anto Cacace in terms of what was on the line to now what isn't. In your own words, just take us through sort of what's happened.
So rewind to 12 weeks before the fight. That initial week, I got offered to fight for the IBF world title and IBO against Anthony Cacace. A little bit surprised at first because the fight was spoke about around 3 weeks prior to that, but initially got squashed because I've not had a fight at super feather, and because I'm not in the super feather rankings in IBF. I was surprised they allowed me to fight for it because, like I say, 3 weeks prior to the fight being negotiated and all that, they said no, Josh can't fight for it. So fair enough. We just thought that's not happening. But then before I know it, I get offered it again. I was like, well, what's happened in them 3 weeks? How's it been able to make it happen? I understand the rules. I understand that fighters need to have eliminators, and sometimes fighters get opportunities when they're voluntary. I understand there's the mandatory on there as well, but that had all been swept under the carpet and away we're going. So heads on it. But then because I'm coming off of 2 losses, weird that I might need to fight in between to get a win. So it happens throughout the circuit. Many fighters do it, go abroad, whatever, behind closed doors, small shows, fight maybe a little of an opponent or maybe a journeyman. Some up and coming Spanish or Italian fighter, and it's all done on really quiet, and they're eligible to fight for the title then. So I was looking to do that. We talked to myself going out to Spain, Mallorca. Some of the Mallorcan press had started picking it up. I was on one of the fight posters out there. And we were looking to find out, well, first of all, we wanted to find out how many rounds I need to do in order to comply with the rules. Do I need to do a 4-rounder, 6-rounder, 8-rounder, 10-rounder? Does it have to be against a certain level opponent? So this is all going on whilst I am still preparing for Anto and doing all the promotion stuff and etc. etc. And then there's a bit of like confusion of what's going on and where we're going to do it, and then we weren't going to Mallorca and we was going to do it over here, and then some of the matchroom guys had a meeting with the IBF and come back to us and said they're not allowing Josh to fight for the IBF. So like I said, we'd started making plans, like I said, to go to Spain and Mallorca and just having this fight in between and changing training round, having to go away and bring weight down a little bit sooner to go, because you have to be around a certain weight as well. You can't be like going fighting at bloody welterweight when you're going to make fighting at super featherweight. And then the IBF have all of a sudden pulled the rug and said no, I can't fight for it. So disappointed, yes, I am a little bit, especially when that's one of the main baubles in it. Not taking no smoke away from the IBO, but the IBF is one of the big main 4. Left me a bit, me dipped for a few hours, but if anything more now, I'm more determined to win, and that's nothing to do with it's what anything with Anthony says. It's fuck all to do with him. It's just like I'm more determined just to win that fight, just to don't know.
It's almost like it's added more fuel to your fire. I mean, in a lot of senses, you'd be forgiven for this being a bit of a deflating moment, but you've took this as back against the wall job again. They've took this away from me, because what I don't understand, and I realise that out of all the sanctioning bodies, the IBF, with check weights and everything else, and I think it's brilliant actually, a lot of the work they do, but from an outsider's point of view, that belt, if it was on the line, would be at show at Wembley. Nobody's going to be fighting for it in the meantime. You're less than a month away, so it really inhibits you from going anywhere and having a quick fight. Really, I think it's not very it's not it's quite hard, the logistical side of it, and bring someone in of a certain level. But I just don't understand why a resolution wouldn't be have the belt on the line, glorify it in one of the biggest shows in the UK on an Anthony Joshua undercard, the biggest stadium, the national stadium, and then maybe say, right, by the way, whatever happens here, you have 30 days or 40 days to go and negotiate with Sugar Nunes, who is the mandatory, crack on from there. And then, because obviously your record, I suppose, over the last 5 fights, people will look and go, well, he's been given this opportunity and this, and this, and it's not for anyone to fight your corner, but your first world title was an IBF belt. You've been at world level for, donkey's years now. It's not like they've brought someone in for Anto who's, never fought, not ranked, well, obviously in terms of rankings, but it's your first chance at the new weight. Are you a bit baffled why it may be an exception this close to the fight when it was promoted that way? It's not giving you much time to do anything.
Yeah, like you said there at the start, Matt, the IBF are good with the weight checks and things like that, but exceptions are made everywhere throughout the sport, and I feel that the size of the show, boxing, yeah, of course, it's a competitive sport, but it's also a business, and people want to be entertained. And you look at this show, this is why Turkey is called for my name to fight Anthony, because he wants entertaining fights, he wants blood, he wants people, he wants fights where the crowd are going to be entertained, and ultimately, sometimes it doesn't fucking matter what belts are on the line. I've been promised that, and being a former 2-time IBF world champion, I'm in 6 fights with IBF, holding an IBF ring. How many monies they earned in like sanctioning fees over the years with me fighting? Like, it's not like it's my first rodeo with them. I thought they'd do like allow a little grace period. Yes, I am stepping up a new weight. Yes, I'm coming off for 2 losses, but like I say, I'm a former world #1, and I've had many IBF world title fights against, not noddies. I'd say.
No, look at the last one. Like Lopez, who's gone on, obviously after yourself. Is it Mike Conlon, another fella in the United States? I believe he's fighting either this weekend or next, on a top ranked show. These are guys at the top level, and then after that, it's not like you've then gone on to fight. With all due respect, a journeyman. You've fought a Lee Wood, and I suppose then people go, well, yeah, he's had his opportunity there, but it's like you just want all the big names and the best fights to fight, and for the sake of a month, I don't understand it. Maybe I'm a bit naive, and people say, well, it shouldn't have happened in the first place, but it has happened, and that's what it was promoted as. So why now, kind of thing? Doesn't make no sense.
And that's what I'm confused about. And like I say, it's annoying that they couldn't sort this all out prior. We 12 weeks to go. We know what we're dealing with. We start juggling training round, shifting out dates to make exceptions to go fight abroad or whatever. Get this takeover fight done with, or whatever rules we need to comply with. If they just said it from the start, well, don't like that, they wouldn't have known where we were at. But to pull the rug away, like when we're into it and the build-up's gone on, the press conference has already gone on, it baffles me a little bit. And I strongly believe I'll win the fight on 21st. I'd be a world champion. But it's like, how awkward does that leave the situation then? Anto will still be IBF champion. He still have to go into mandatory, but he'll be going off the loss. It's all a bit confusing, if you ask me. And I feel that some exceptions could have been made. But
side note to that, sidebar, on a more positive note, training, everything else, all the other things seem to be going well. It's a terrific fight. I said this from the outset, but I think when we had an interview outside your gym, and when it was even rumoured, the Cacace fight, and I think Anto's a really good guy, you know what I mean, and he's earned his stripes, and like you mentioned there about fighting nobodies, he went and did it against the Joe Cordina, so you've got to tip your hat under a lot of pressure as well, because he's had a big build-up, Anto, and his career had sort of been up and down, not in the ring in terms of results, but opportunities, and he took it with both hands. So in terms of the fight itself, you must be, I know you're still amped up for it, but confident going there, doing a job?
Oh, massively, Matt, massively. I know what I'm facing. I know what kind of challenge I've got ahead of me. Kind of like a little bit cockily, but I always thought I could beat Lee Wood, no problem. And I think I was showing it. I was boxing his head off. I had no fear about him. Where I fear Anto.
Does that put it in your mind? Is this more like a danger zone for you? You feel this is a harder fight in your head?
Yeah, definitely, because I know. Listen, I've sat across the table with him. A lot of respect for the man, because he's spoke very highly of myself. So I have a lot of respect for him straight away, and I know what I'm dealing with. I've looked in his eyes when he said he's willing to die in there, to lose. So I know what's going to be ahead. I just look at him physically. I know he's a big super featherweight, so I know that physically the fight, will be good and task. He's dealt with fighters who come forward and fight at high pace, and he's got through it. So I know that my level up there and my mindset and my preparation has got to be top notch. But at the same time, that's given me like a little bit of fucking smoke and a bit of fire in the training, in the gym. Yeah. Even when I come in this morning, I'm tired today. But then you have to look thought about what's coming out. All of a sudden, that tiredness leaves you and you just get like a little pump. So, yeah, I'm in a very good place at the minute, and training's absolutely flying. And, I always talk about training hard because I do fucking always train hard, but there just seems to be another level at this moment in time. And people say, "Oh, you've had a career, 33, whatever," but the records don't lie. We jot everything down, we write things down, and everything's at this moment in time on TV. Yeah.
Well, look, regardless of anything else, we are going to see a terrific fight, and we're moving into an era now where this is what I mean when we go back to the whole belt situation. We've just seen Derek Chisora with 13 losses headline the O2 and pull a shot out of the bag, which floored Joe Joyce, and he beat Joe Joyce at the end of the day in what's obviously the latter stage of his career. And it's more old school boxing now. Yeah, you've lost, don't matter. We come back. Other people who are climbing the ranks 100% deserve their opportunity, but we're here. And you got a message for Anto, who's obviously training hard. I believe he's doing some warm weather training himself. You got a message for him before we sign this off?
Not really. I was just keep training hard, Anto, and I'll see you soon, man. I seen him on the last week when we were filming down in London, and again the respect is mutual. And it's a weird one because we had lots of respect between me and Lee, but I always felt like it was a bit fake. That, do you know what I mean? Like Lee
went out the window straight away after the fight.
Where I feel it's genuine with Anto. Like, with Lee, it's shake your hand, but then fucking say a little smarmy comment. Like, I don't know how to take you. But with Anto, like, shakes your hand, looks you in the eyes. We both. He knows that he's got a fight on his hand, and I know that I've got a fight on my hand. And it's like, you know what? Let's fucking shake hands. Let's have it. Knock 7 balls out of each other, and it's a pint after. But yeah, I think we're going to still show. I really do.
Yeah, I'm going to say terrific card top to bottom, but that for me, as soon as it got made, aside from obviously the big boys at the top of the card, you look and go, that's a banger of a fight. Josh, appreciate you allowing me time into this sort of side of camp, the S&C. It's great to come up here. We'll catch up again soon, obviously closer to fight week. Appreciate your time.
Cheers, Matt. Thank you.
Come on. Thank you.